Trojan Felly. What's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, we got a couple things on the table that we got to discuss, and one is our position group, the safety group. Their head coach, Doug Belk, is potentially being, well, I'm not even going to say potentially. He is being attempted to be poached by Miami Hurricanes. Look, whenever there's a good thing going, let me say this first and foremost. Everybody come on and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I bring you daily content, daily information, daily news on these USC football Trojans that we love so much. But listen, whenever there is anything going well, anything going good, there's always potential of some type of threat or some type of interruption that's going to attempt to try to throw us off course. Man, listen, you guys know right now the coaching staff has chemistry. The football team has chemistry, and there's always going to be something or somebody that's going to attempt to try to throw a wrench in the whole thing, man. And that's what Miami's doing. Miami seems to be the partaker of a lot of interruptions as it relates to whether it's players trying to be poached or whether it's coaches. So now the reports coming out that they're trying to poach Coach Doug Belk. But I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts, and I'm gonna shut it down. First of all and foremost, I don't think Doug Belk is going anywhere. Because to me, to go for and apparently they're recruiting him for or trying to poach him rather to be a safety coach, the same thing he is right now, defensive back coach. I don't see Doug Belk doing that. To me, that would be just a lateral move. However, the only way I could see Doug Belk leaving, but I'm gonna tell you why I don't think he's leaving. But the only way I could see Doug Belk leaving if he became like a defensive coordinator or co-coordinator. So look, it wouldn't surprise me in a couple of days if we see USC, the same way they did with who was that? The same way they did with one of the coaches. They bump his name up and put a different title by there. That wouldn't surprise me at all, because right now Doug Belk is covering the whole secondary right now. He's covering the DBs, he's covering the defense, he's covering the cornerbacks, he's covering the safeties, he's covering it all, the nickelbacks. So right now it wouldn't surprise me if they upped his title some kind of way and, would just kind of lock him down, because he is, Doug Belk's been everywhere. He's been with Alabama. He's been with Houston, been at West Virginia. He's been all over. And in his coaching career, and he's one of those that's considered to be on the uprise right now as it relates to being a good defensive back coach, good secondary coach. And he has that experience. But from my understanding, this is according to a Miami site here. This is, I think it's 24/7. Yeah, 24/7 inside the U. And it says, just want to share some names that we are confident that Miami has explored with the defensive back opening. It says Mark Ofri, Rutgers, Azari Abdul Rahim, Maryland, Doug Belk, USC, and Nick Monroe, Minnesota. So those are four names. Doug Belk appears to be included in that, but I don't, I just think that, like I said, I think that if USC, they know what to do. They know how to keep these guys, man. So look, man, you guys can hit me in the comment section. You guys can tell me what you think. I don't think he's going nowhere. On the flip side, I do think a guy like Kamari Ramsey, I think he came back primarily because of a guy like Doug Belk. So that's another reason why I don't see Doug Belk going anywhere. Kamari Ramsey could have went to the league. Matter of fact, I was told that he was going to the league. All of a sudden, he changed it. And, I was told it's because of Doug Belk. So that's one of the reasons. I think Doug Belk is a guy of his word. I don't see that happening, man. So you guys can hit me in the comment. If it happens, it happens. But look, I don't see it happen, man. So you guys can hit me in the comments. You guys can tell me what you think. At the time I'm recording this right now, you guys know I record the night before because I work in the day. But Notre Dame is getting beat down right now by Ohio State. I want to say the score is like 28-7. I'll check it back here in a minute. But it's nothing to really report on that. I kind of wanted to wait to see what was going on with that. But that's one deal. Notre Dame is getting a full beat down. Now, we got some good news yesterday. Moving on from Doug Belk, some very good news yesterday. You guys know I brought you the Carlos Nicholson was hitting the transfer portal. He put his name out there. However, I think whatever happened, USC came to the table and was able to resolve this situation. I'll say it like that. And so Pete Nucos put out last night It says USC cornerback DeCarlos Nicholson, who entered the portal on Sunday, has withdrawn his name. Officially withdrawn his name. On3 has learned. Former Mississippi State transfer has 74 career tackles and 8 pass deflections. Look, I told you guys yesterday, he wants to be a Trojan. He never wanted to leave. You guys remember when I just put that out? Literally just put that out. You guys saw me do it from the gym. I said DeCarlos Nicholson loves his team. He doesn't want to leave. But whatever happened, I'm glad it's resolved now. So look, that's another guy that Doug Belk could have returning now to work with the rest of these guys in the secondary. So now, to the question that everybody else was asking me about defensive backs after I put out DeCarlos Nicholson, do we need to get more? Maybe one more. But look, man, if they leave it the same way, I'm good. Like I said before, we still got Isaiah Rubin. We still got Marcellus Williams. We still got Braylon Conley, DeCarlos Nicholson now here. Of course, you got Harvey, DJ Harvey that's here. And so we got some guys. Safety position, we might be okay there as well. Of course, you guys know we got the 2 big-time safeties, North Carolina State, Bishop Fitzgerald, as well as Kamari Ramsey. Listen, in my opinion, Doug Belk got one of the best secondaries to work with. Why would you want to depart from that? So look, hit me in the comments, man. You guys can tell me what you think on that. That is some excellent news that came out yesterday as well. Now, I want to move on real quick. I'm gonna call him Saint Nick because this is a comment that Saint Nick made. I call him Saint Nick. We just we call him Saint Nick on here, but Nick Saban, he's calling for it. This is according to On3, and you guys can tell me what you think about this. Nick Saban calls for NIL competitive. It's funny to even read this because you guys know, and I'm gonna get to this. He's calling for competitive balance in college football, but you guys know when last time that before Nick Saban got out of there, I told you guys that NIL was the main reason. We talked about how he went to Congress with Greg Sankey, the SEC commissioner, and they were just completely lost in the sauce because they saw how this thing was going. And we told you that ESPN was very much so in bed with the SEC. They got contracts with them. So now we see the college football. It looks like the Big Ten is going to win a national championship for the second year in a row. Now they want to try to have a competitive balance because the Big Ten owns college football right now. The Big Ten owns the SEC, and now all of a sudden they want to try to get a competitive balance. But this is what he said. The people out there need to know this model is unsustainable. Once schools can't spend $30 million, my tongue getting tied up. One school can't spend $30 million for players while other schools is spending $3 million. Now, we get upset. All of us get upset. But my thing is this. If we brag about we got the most billionaires and we got the most money of all I'm saying is spend it. If we got it, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I agree with just going crazy. It does need to be some rules and regulations. But my thing is like this. Look, I'm not going to hate on another school. I'm just not going to do it. If they willing to spend the necessary resources, if rules are not in place, I'm not tripping. I feel like we just need to step up to the plate. It is what it is. Yes, I think we need to have rules and regulations in place. But look, man, if a individual thinks a player's worth, from an NIL perspective, if he's worth a lot of money, hey, so be it. I told you guys this before. NFL is not promised to everybody. So if these guys don't get their bag, let them get their bag. But at the end of the day, I'm just worried about, I can care less about anybody else's collective. I just want to see us come up to par to where we able to sustain a good model. Whatever happens with everybody else, because at the end of the day, there's going to be certain teams. We talked about this when NIL, with all this stuff start first happening. I felt like the USC was going to be in the driver's seat along with other schools. However, it didn't play out like that for whatever reason. I don't know why. But I felt like the potential was there, just given the market. It's impossible for USC being in the LA market, not being able to move and groove. I just don't see that. I just don't see that not happening. So my thing is the schools that are going to be lost in the sauce is the schools that we're starting to see now. The Georgias, the Alabama. You guys are going to start seeing these schools go down, down, down. Listen, here's what drives me crazy about what Nick Saban is saying, though. Because you want to play players under the table so you can have a competitive edge But now you want to flip the script. Now you want to get it. You want to get you saying that this model is not sustainable, but I'm gonna say allegedly. These SEC schools were paying players allegedly under the table, and the reason we know it's true is because we saw guys like Fred Taylor, who played for Florida, who said he confessed on Saturday night down south, confessed that he got $25,000 right from Georgia, but ended up still going to Florida anyway. But now for you to come out like this and talk about you want the competitive, you want the sustain, it's not sustainable. I mean, come on, man. My thing is, it's like, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. I'm not tripping. I just want us to come out the par. If they want to do what they do, whatever. Yes, some regulations need to be in place. I think with the transfer portal, because I think it's causing too many guys to bounce around. Now, if anything needs to be in place, it needs to be the transfer portal. If your guys getting a bag, I think he needs to have a contract. If he's going to get the money, pay. If you're going to pay him, pay him. But give the guy a contract, man. Give the guy something that he's not able to just bounce at right after getting paid. I don't like that part of it. But the money part, you know, they hating on the money. Really, that's what it all boils down to. I'm not going to hate. We just need to get up to par and participate. Bottom line, man. So, look, you guys can hit me in the comment section. You guys can tell me what you think. Hit me in the comments, man. What's your thoughts on what Nick Saban is saying, man? It's crazy. It's USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. Listen, I'm out of here, man. Happy Monday to everybody. Until later on, listen, everybody stay blessed. Fight on, fight on, fight on. Happy Tuesday. Fight on, fight on, fight on.